Hey, I'm Jimmy from Superpath, and today I'm here with Chameleon, co-founder and CEO, Pulkit Agrawal. Hey, Pulkit, how are you?
Hey, good, thanks. How are you?
Good. So we're going to spend a couple minutes today chatting about your open head of content position. We'll also be talking to your head of marketing, Ben Brandall. That interview will be just below this one. So you get even more context for those thinking about applying for this role. But maybe first, Pulkit, could we just talk a little bit about Chameleon? Who is Chameleon? What is Chameleon? Where is Chameleon? Could you just sort of set the stage for us?
Yeah, of course, happy to. So the story behind Chameleon kind of happened a few years ago when I was trying to learn how to use Asana, and I found myself having to dive into their help docs and videos, and I had it up on two screens, and I'd be looking at the help doc, and then I'd be trying to replicate that in the product. And it was quite hard to switch and figure all this stuff out. And so we thought, hey, there should be an easier way for people who are trying to learn new software to get acquainted and figure out without having to expend all this effort. And that's where Chameleon was born from. We make it easy for product teams to onboard users, but also announce features, help people self-learn and get deeper with the product. So we reference ourselves as a product success platform because really the foundation of any successful business nowadays is a successful product and a successful interaction with users.
That's awesome. And how big is the team, and is everybody spread across the world, or do you have offices?
Yeah, we're about 10 people. We are profitable. We are seed funded by some really great VCs, and we're still part of those networks. We are mostly spread across the West Coast of the US. So
Okay.
initially we were kind of more particular about having everyone on West Coast time. We've become more open to that. So we have folks in Europe and Australia as well now. I think we probably would be more happy with a kind of global distributed team that's become more common. And obviously with the COVID crisis, everyone is embracing remote work. So yeah, we're happy to hire anywhere remotely, but we're remote first. We try to propagate remote principles, try to give everyone independence in terms of their work styles, their hours, take a break in the day, manage around the rest of your life. That's really important too. But everyone on the team is pretty committed. We're all part of this mission together. So I think we have the right kind of balance people.
Cool. That's fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about this role in particular. So Chameleon has a long history of content. This person is not coming in to launch a content program. You have an existing content program that this person will plug into. I guess my first question is, to what degree is the content strategy already determined, or to what degree will this person have influence on what the content strategy is?
Yeah, so I mean, content is table stakes now for any SaaS, kind of product first SaaS. So we've had content for a while. We've produced good content. We care a lot about high quality content that somebody can act on. So it's not about creating fluff. It needs to be really high signal to noise ratio. And we've had really good content before. We've optimized around certain keywords, user onboarding, product success, that kind of thing. And so there is, the person that comes in should match to the business strategy, what we're hearing in sales, what we're hearing in search. But along with getting and figuring out the right keywords and where the gaps are, they do have some free rein in terms of figuring out what the approach should be. How many pieces should we be producing every month? What's the style and form of those? Should it all be blog content? Should it be also multimedia videos or webinars? And then really managing a team of freelance writers to produce and execute on that.
Okay, got it.
So it's kind of, there is like strategy setting. Obviously, it needs to shape with business strategy in the market, but it's really ready for someone to come in and take the bull by the horns, to figure out what that systemic engine should be around driving content and inbound marketing.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. The next thing I was going to ask you about was, will this person be managing freelancers, contractors, agencies, that kind of thing? And so do you have a team of freelancers you already work with, or will this person
Yeah,
have to go out and find them?
yeah, we have, 2 or 3 regular freelancers that write content, but we probably have a network of 5 or 10, and we're open to hiring others or using agencies. So again, that's something that we would hope this person can actually also recruit for, manage. And so there's chances, to learn, stuff around team development and team hiring. But we want, we'd like to give this person true ownership of this kind of realm. As long as the content is high and as long as we're driving up blog traffic, that's kind of some of the goals, is driving up blog readership, building the email list, and also kind of starting to work with partners and partner content marketing, whether it's us posting on partner blog posts, sourcing. We already get a bunch of interest from guest writers wanting to write for free on our blog, managing that, that kind of thing.
Got it. Got it. And so who else would this person be interacting with? Like, what does the rest of um, marketing look like? And then would they be interacting with sales, product, et cetera?
Yeah, it's obviously really important that marketing and sales work together. So we do have kind of some regular syncs between marketing and sales to get on the same page. But predominantly, they'll be interacting with Benjamin, our head of marketing, myself, because I like writing content and I can be, I have high standards and I want to be, I often read posts that are coming out. And the rest of the team, we do, for example, some things together as a team, like reviewing product, doing product walks and product audits. We want them to be, understand our product fully and thoroughly. And because we sell to product managers, they need to have a good understanding of product user experience generally. So, that's something that we are all looking to learn together and improve our ability on. But going to be writing content that's teaching and educating product managers who are already pretty good at what they do
Sure.
about best practices. They really need to be on point on that.
Yeah. Yeah. How will this person, you find a great person, they're there for 6 months or so, and they're doing well. How do you measure them? Is it purely quantitative? Are you just looking at, traffic and lead numbers, or is there something else you'd be looking for too?
Yeah, at this stage, it's really about, can we build a system? We're going kind of somewhat from, we have had a lot of content, but it's not been systemized. There's no engine. So we want repeatability. So we can say, okay, well, if we publish these posts, this is what it drives. And we have a system in place. So it's like, this is what our process is for defining the focus for the next month or the next quarter. This is how we outline blog posts. This is how we manage writers. This is how we execute on distribution. I find a lot of people spend a lot of time writing content, but don't do the distribution piece. So we are looking for someone that can hustle to figure out, how do we get included in other, sources, and how can we get our content out to the world beyond just our list. But yeah, can we set up that engine and process? And is that, can we understand from experiments, and can we understand that we're making progress towards increasing our readership? There's no specific number they need to get to, but we want to work on it together. But there is scope to grow. We will be looking to hire more marketing people. So there's scope to grow from this role into taking on other components of marketing and owning those too.
Cool. That was my next question, was the opportunities for growth. So that's fantastic to hear. And then I guess, would you consider this role to be junior, mid-level, or senior? Like, who is the perfect person for this role? And roughly, how much experience do you think they need to have?
Yeah, I don't weigh super heavily on that. So I think, they need to be a good writer as a basis. If you're not going to be a good writer yourself, I can't see you being someone who manages good writers. So you have to have done that. You have to have comfort in running the process, understanding what SEO is, understanding how that goes to keyword strategy, to content, what is high quality content, how do we link to different things, how do we distribute that. So you need to understand the process pretty well, because only then can you manage that process well. It is still somebody who is willing to be, it's not kind of 100% management, someone who can still get stuck in and edit, something that comes in, or go create a quick campaign. So there is components of IC work. It's not pure management role. And so if you're coming from a really big company where most of your job has been about managing, maybe this is going to be too IC for you. But I think, having a balance of being an individual contributor that can roll their sleeves up, along with being able to be organized and diligent so you can manage other people delivering good quality work on time.
Got it. That sounds like a good balance. And then could you just talk a little bit about the application process? Like, are there specific things you'll be looking for that you'll be, making decisions based on?
Yeah, I think there's going to be part of the application is, initial getting to know us, making sure we're on the same page about what the role includes and involves. And I think it will probably be a short take-home task. We don't want to burden people, but we do want to see what their output and quality of work is, but we also want to help them understand the kinds of stuff they might be doing on a day-to-day basis. So kind of short take-home task, and then a review of that task, and kind of dive into some other questions. And then I think we'll be ready to move pretty quickly through it in the space of a couple of weeks. I think we're very comfortable getting started on contracts so that we can actually get working together. I find that's the best way to really know if it's a good fit on both sides, is actually getting going. And so, happy to start with a contract period, and then hopefully it's a great match from both sides, and then we can move into something that feels a bit more long term. But yeah, I think we're trying to keep it lean, and happy always to take feedback on the process. And if anyone has, constraints or anyone has suggestions, we're very open to that.
Okay, great. We'll be talking to Ben in the next interview, and he and I can get into some of the nitty gritty day to day of the job, and talk a little bit about content you're doing, what the process looks like, and all that good stuff. But is there anything else that we should know about this role?
No, we're just excited to meet folks that are interested, and hopefully it's a great chance to grow together. Yeah, excited to take the next steps.
Okay, perfect. Well, you have all the details below. I'll be helping a couple people with their applications. So if you're interested, follow the instructions. I'll have you go through the application in a Google Doc. I'll give you feedback. I'll make sure you put your best foot forward, and we'll hopefully help you fill this role with a fantastic person.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks so much, Pulkit.
Thanks, Jimmy.